Yes, Prabhu, visible.
नीलाचल निवासाय नित्याय परमात्मने बलभद्र सुभद्राभ्याम जगन्नाथाय नमो नमः। ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। नमो ओम विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिनेति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशे तारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। And dear devotees, please excuse me for having a bad throat because we had a long night yesterday. So okay. Any Mataji or Prabhuji would like to recite? We'll go with all the three verses. Today we have three verses. So we'll go with all the verses and then we'll discuss something about that.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Yes, Mataji, please.
Bhagavad-gītā 12.17 Yo narishyati na dveshti na sochati na kankshati shubha shubha parityagi bhaktiman yasame priyaha. Translation by His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada ki jai. One who neither rejoices nor grieves, who neither laments nor desires, and who renounces both auspicious and inauspicious things. Such a devotee is very dear to me. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare
Thank you,
Krishna.
Mataji. Very good. Yes, any other Mataji or Prabhuji?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Can I?
Yes, Mataji. Yes, ma'am, please.
Hare Krishna. Text 18 and 19. Sama shatru cha mitre cha tatha manapamanayoha shitoshna sukha dukkheshu sama sanga vivarjitaha tulya nindastu tirmoni santushto ena kenachit aniketa stiramati bhaktiman me priyo naraha. Translation by A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada ki jai. One who is equal to friends and enemies, who is equiposed in honor and dishonor, heat and cold, happiness and distress, fame and infamy, who is always free from contaminating association, always silent and satisfied with anything, who doesn't care for any residence, who is fixed in knowledge, and who is engaged in devotional service. Such a person is very dear to me. Hare Krishna Prabhuji,
Hare
thank
Krishna.
you.
So, after 15 days of web series of Krishna's pastimes, we are back to our fundamental classes where Krishna talks about and Krishna tells, or you can say Krishna suggests us what are the various ways in which we can really make our devotional life very firm, very determined, and we can take the next leap in our devotional service. So if we see the first verse, the 17th verse, there Krishna is writing, and if you talk about the previous verses as well, like 14, 15, 16, all these verses, in this Krishna has given a series of verses in which he is telling which devotee, in a devotee, what are the qualities that he looks for, right? You will see his way of perception, his way of choosing, the cherry picking that we say, his way of cherry picking and our way of cherry picking is different. If you go through all the verses, today we will be covering just 3, but if you go through all the around, we have around 8 to 10 verses, like so very similar. If you go through all the verses, you would find Krishna has never told anywhere that if you complete around 40 years as a devotee, then I like you very much. There's no statement like that. But we think that if we have spent around 40 years, that means the entire life, in a system, in whichever organization, according to us, then we start think that that we have become a devotee. But that's not a parameter, according to Krishna. According to Krishna, what are the parameters which makes, first of all, which makes a good human being a devotee, and then from a devotee, from the level of a devotee, he becomes the favorite of Krishna. Our name also goes into the list of Krishna's, devotees in a way. It's very similar, like, we all are devotees, we practice various things mentioned by Srila Prabhupada, but our name initially, initial 4-5 years, it never goes on to the list of initiation list, right? But even though, we are doing things, likewise, we are doing things, but that doesn't guarantee that our name will be in Krishna's list. So if we want that our name should be in Krishna's list, so this is what we have to do. And this is not the first time. Here, if you see, Krishna is telling in a very active format that, okay, this is dot. This is what if you have, I like you. But Krishna has already told all these things in second chapter. If you see, in second chapter, there is a verse known as Matra Sparshastu Kante Sitoshan Sukh Dukhada Agama Paino Anitya Santasik Tikshashwa Bharat. So he has already told that tolerate, So the same things he is saying here, that good and bad will come and go. Matra Sparshastu Kante Sitoshan Sukh Dukhada. That good and bad will come and go. Sukh and Dukh will come and go. So he is now proclaiming the same fundamental thing that he had told in second chapter, and is repeating here in an active format. There it was in a passive format, but here he is claiming that whoever has these qualities in him, I like them the most. So that's why, what are the qualities? He starts with one who neither rejoices or nor grieves. Means neither becomes happy in happy moments nor becomes sad in improper situations. A person who never laments nor desires, and who renounces both auspicious and inauspicious. For him, nothing is auspicious, nothing is inauspicious. Whatever is happening in his life, that is inauspicious, and whatever Krishna wants, that is auspicious and inauspicious for him. Right? Whatever you do, I am there. I will be there with you always. See, if 17, 18, 19, we go through all the verses, and in the next verse, if you see, in that it is told that samatta, equalness, how our sight should be equal towards everyone. That's why Krishna says he should be equal towards But even then, Krishna is telling that my devotee should Krishna.
Now we can hear you, Prabhu.
Prabhuji, am I audible?
Now you are audible, Prabhu. Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Am I audible?
It is struggling in between.
Okay, 1 second, Prabhu. Actually, I don't know why there's an internet issue in my place for a long time. See, at times due to bandwidth issue happens. Now, am I audible properly?
Yes, Prabhu, you are audible.
19, if you see, just please ping. Let me long time back. Okay, I got it.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, bro. Now am I audible?
Better, Prabhu.
Little better, right? Yeah, I have joined by a phone. Okay. So what I was telling was that if we see all the 16, 17, 18, 17, 18, 19, you see Krishna has mentioned those qualities. Like, if you see 18 and 19, he says we should be equipoised in honor and dishonor. But the climax is, if you like getting honored, then believe me, you will feel the pain when dishonor would come. That's for sure, 100% that will come. So in that way, whatever Krishna is talking here, that, for example, there is a very good quality which Krishna is talking. He says, who is always free from contaminating association. Means he is talking about good association. That's why Goswamiji tells that Baru Bhalabas Narak Kartata Dusht Sangjani Dev Vidhata. Goswamiji writes that it is better that you put me in hell instead of giving back the association of evil people. So, and like, a person who, Krishna is telling, a person who always remains silent. So Prabhupada, in his purport, very beautifully writes, silent means, it doesn't mean just keep quiet, don't speak anything. It means a devotee is a person who, whenever he opens his mouth, only Krishna Katha should come and no other Vetha. And he's always satisfied, right? Today is Nand Utsav. When you go to the temple, remember you will get a gulab jamun on your plate, but our mind will be tempted to think that, okay, one more if I would have got, it would have been super, right? So this temptation is always there within us. But Krishna is telling, my pure devotees are always satisfied with whatever, anything that you get, right? He doesn't care for any residence, who is fixed in knowledge and who is engaged in devotional service. Such a person is very dear to me. So Krishna is telling, a person who is absolutely dedicated to me in all circumstances, there is no reason why he should not perform devotional services in his life. So if we cultivate these qualities will not come just by talking, just by telling, or just by hearing. These qualities we can only cultivate when we want to. And that's why I always tell that we are reading Bhagavad-gītā, that's fine, very good. But it will get inherited in our life, in our personal life, if we practice that. If we don't practice that, if we just for, for attendance, for, see, we have to understand that we have not come here to show anyone. And believe me, by showing as well, no one can help you. No one in this world can help you. As today we are in front of each other, just day before yesterday, I went to a place. I met with a very good saint. I told Baba, how are you, and all those stuff. I said, where is Banmali Maharaj? So he said, Banmali Maharaj. He just chuckled and smiled and, hey, Banmali Maharaj has gone long back. And I was astonished to just realize that it has been around 1 month when Banmali Maharaj has left us. He was a very pure soul, very good devotee, very loving, very caring. So, if today we are in front of us, tomorrow you are not sure whether we will meet with each other or not. So that's why in devotional life, see, in other phases of life, in material life, in politics, in social life, everywhere, maybe you get a chance, you may you get a glow by showing yourself. But in devotional life, you don't have to show. We don't have to show. Why? Because he is seeing everything. And there is a tag in some camera company that "Upar wala sab dekhta hai." So he is watching everything, and you cannot hide anything. That if you, if I can portray something in front of another person, but here he is not another person. He is sitting right inside us, and he knows all our thoughts, all our thinkings, all our, reasons why we are portraying ourselves in front of the world like that. So all these beautiful qualities we have to cultivate in us. As I hear sometimes, it's very, sometimes I feel very sorry for people that, and it has become like a trend now. That if suppose I am trying to enter the kitchen and Anand Rupa Prabhu says, Prabhuji, please don't enter kitchen. You are wearing a pant shirt, don't wear. Then instead of realizing that, okay, for time being, I'm not eligible to enter because there are rules and regulations of every place. But instead, what are the statements that comes out of my mouth? Is that, Prabhuji, you cannot talk with a devotee like this. I am here from last 20 years. So what? You are here from last 20 years. You are earning. That's why you are in Bangalore. You are not in Bangalore from last 20 years because you want to be in. You are earning. You are getting your bread and butter. That's why you are in Bangalore from last 20 years. So why are you giving me that statement? But when, that's what Krishna says. In this verse also, Krishna has told that when bad and good situation comes, and a person who is poised in both the situations, he is my dear devotee, not everyone. That's why whatever we see in front of the camera, in front of our eyes, is not the factual things every time. That's why we say everything that glitters is not gold. So we have to understand, see, that's why studying Bhagavad Gita is very important, so that we can stand firmly in our devotional life. And no, there's no point, there's no scope of cheating here. You cannot cheat. You can get, for time being, you can become a president, for prime minister, choreographer, director, producer, editor, whatever you want, you can become for some time being. But the end point, and ante Narayan Smriti, at that point of time, the Smriti will not be of Narayan, the Smriti will be of the same things that I used to control this. I could have controlled this as well. And as once Radhapati Gopinath Prabhuji was telling, and see, these are facts which we should accept with a very heavy heart, because these are very, difficult to digest, because, because we think that these are not these are not expected, but this is how the society works. This is how the brain, our false ego works. One day, Radhapati Gopinath Prabhuji was telling that when His Holiness Jabada Swami Maharaj was having a series of operations going on, and it was a tough time. So doctors had given up. Doctors had said, this person will not survive. So people, those who are a bit ahead in the administration, meanwhile, Maharaj is there in the hospital. These people here, has divided his ISKCON in their own way. Okay, you take north, I take south, because Maharaj is going. So I take, what is the east, you take west. All these things come. And believe me, this is what you will get. If we think that, okay, people should remember me, people should praise me when I enter the temple, there should be 10-15 people paying obeisances to me, and people should look at me. Oh, I have come. Oh, Prabhuji, oh, Mataji, have you come? Oh, yes, come, this, that, do that. All crap.
And these are the feelings that we have in us, but we don't show because we try to become sober in front of the camera. But believe me, these things will not work. One day, there was a bit of argument in our base when I was in Bangalore. So someone told me, Prabhuji, by showing his finger, he was chanting at that time. See, even in the mode of chanting, the point when he is chanting, he's not chanting actually. His mind is somewhere else. Just formality by hand, he's just shaking his hands mechanically. He told me, Prabhuji, I am chanting 16 rounds. I don't remember the years he told, from so many years. I told, Mehrabani kar rahe ho kya? Don't do. Go outside and stay. Go and stay with those hooligans. There are so many pork shops selling the flesh of hogs. Go eat that. Why are you staying here? Who told you to chant? Did anyone tell you to chant? Why are you chanting? Don't chant. Are you giving your salary to me by chanting? Then he was very plump. So the whole point is, we should remember that by showing ourselves, no one can help us. And all these qualities that Krishna has told in many other verses are also there. We should think that did I cultivate the qualities that Krishna has spoken, Krishna has told in Bhagavad-gītā, and am I eligible to become his devotee? See, if we see our devotional life, you would see we run in so many places we run. But there's a very beautiful song in that it is said, Rama Rama ratate ratate बीती रे उमरिया रामा रामा रटते रटते बीती रे उमरिया रघुकुल नंदन कब आओगे भिलनी की डगरिया. Our whole life we run behind doing various things out of motivation, out of emotion, out of professionalism and whatnot. But we should think that the qualities, the statements that Krishna is talking about, are we cultivating those in our life? Krishna is telling Amanina Manadena. Did we climb to this level of consciousness where if anybody tells us anything, we don't get offended by that? We will see we get more offended nowadays. Our concept is whatever I am doing, that is the best thing. No one should tell me what I should do. Right? Our consciousness has become like that. That's why, and I have seen many people, even after so many years, and I'm not saying that other people are talking about them, these people, that even after serving so many years, people are running behind, fame and fame, because they want name and fame, but every now and then they sit on the chair and they talk that we should not run behind name and fame, but we should not run behind name and fame. But once the class is over, they themselves are running behind name and fame. If you are giving very good classes, you are a very eloquent speaker, you are a very confident speaker, people will give you respect. But what is the value of that respect? Because after 10 years, either you will die or that person will die. Gone. Now it is like one-sided love. The other person is absent. Because we are here to impress Krishna, no one else. That's why when we do service, we should have that set of consciousness in our life that we are here just to serve Krishna and nobody else. And that's why if you see in that consciousness, if you work, whatever service you get, whatever way you get an opportunity to serve Srila Prabhupada, you will serve. Otherwise, we will be choosy. Okay, no, Prabhuji, I like to be in the altar. I like Jagannath Association. I like in reciprocating with him. All those emotional drama. But the actual thing is, you don't want to serve in kitchen because it's a hectic work. That's why you want to be in altar because it's very soft place and people are watching. No one is watching the people, the devotees who are serving in kitchen, right? Because kitchen is a hidden place. But people want that activity to be perfect because at 1 o'clock prasadam should be served. So that should be there. But Prabhuji, I don't want to go. Prabhuji. I am here. I am good here. That's why in IYF also, if you see, people try to show that I want to serve Prabhupada. But how do you want to serve? I want to become the in charge of morning program. Okay, good boss. What are you doing in morning program? You are just, okay, whoever has come, okay, tick, 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 attendance sheet. That's it. I want to become the altar in charge. What do you do, altar in charge? In 1 month, 1 day, you see the incense sticks are over. That also I phone, okay, Kalyani Mataji, have you gone to temple? Okay, please bring 2 packets of incense sticks. They are over. Okay, done. I go to sleep. That's my service in the entire month. And then we talk about, I am the in charge of altar. I am the in charge of morning program. We give so many, show off things. So we have to be mature enough that these things will not help us. We can talk, we can, show off ourselves, we can do a lot of things. But in the background, we have to remember these things will not help us in reaching the goal that we talk about. We just talk about in words. That's why it is very important to understand what Krishna is talking about in various phases of Bhagavad Gita. That's why Bhagavad Gita, I remember in 2022, when Gita Gyan, I think, I don't remember the batch. So when we were doing the calling services, so I called Mataji and told Mataji, we are having Gita Gyan new batch starting from the Monday. Please do come and attend the session. She said, Prabhuji, I have gone through Bhagavad Gita. Does ISKCON have any classes on Vedas? I have understood Bhagavad Gita. I've gone through twice and I know what needs to be done. I want to go through some classes in which Vedas are studied. I told no, Mataji, for time being we don't have anything, but if we have, I will let you know. Disconnect. I thought you are telling that twice you have gone through Bhagavad Gita, you are done. Then those people who are reading Bhagavad Gita from last around 40, 50 years, they are fools. They are reading, they have almost given their entire life. They read every day. Right? When I was in Gurgaon, we went for a satsang in some place. So that Mataji was telling that her mother, means she was not so, means she was a bit of sick from her childhood days. She was talking about her mother. So she said that my mother never did anything in life. She did only one thing. What? She used to study the entire Bhagavad Gita without understanding, only the Sanskrit verses, without understanding or understanding that also is not there. She used to study entire Bhagavad Gita every day. It was just like, in a robot. So why are they studying? Because they get a taste. And you are telling that, okay, twice, thrice, 5 baar ho gaya, 6 baar ho gaya, 10 baar ho gaya, I am done. I have understood. Understanding means, actual understanding means, if you have cultivated the concepts, the thoughts that Krishna is talking about in the entire Bhagavad Gita and every now and then. And the foremost, suggestion is, if whether we have surrendered 100% to Krishna or not. Leave out surrender. We don't know what is surrender actually. So that is why when Krishna is talking about all these verses,
Hare Krishna Prabhu, we are not able to hear you.
Prabhuji, am I not audible?
In between we lost you, Prabhu.
No, no.
Now it is fine.
From the laptop, you would have lost me, but I think from mobile, I should be on, right?
No, even from mobile it was.
Okay. Am I audible now?
Now it is fine, yes.
Okay. Okay. So what I was telling is, so there is no point in showing ourselves because there is no one to see, and whoever is there, everyone will go. That's why there is a very beautiful verse in chapter 2 which tells, "Na sato vidyate bhavo, na bhavo vidyate sata." That the soul is immortal and this body is mortal. If we understand this much and really we cultivate that in our life, believe me, we are done. That's why chapter 2 is considered to be the foundation of our entire devotional life that we are going to continue in the upcoming years. And if we have not understood chapter 2, then as Bhaktivedanta Thakur tells, Micho Nidra Bose Gelore Rati Sharira Divase Saje. The whole night spent either in doing sex or sleeping, and the day, how do we spend? Beautifying our beautiful body, the bag of flesh and bones. I was hearing a very beautiful lecture of Gaur Govind Maharaj. So he was saying, if you see his way of talking, he every time what he does, he points his audience and then he talks. Then there was some person, his name was not uttered in the lecture. So Maharaj was telling, are you not enjoying this flesh of bag? Then he said, no, I'm not enjoying. You are not enjoying? You are got married, enjoying, doing service, doing job, this, that, have children, have so many relatives, and you're saying you are not enjoying. So we are actually enjoying this material world, but we think, okay, we are attending this session, that means we are not enjoying. But in the background, we are enjoying. So that is what Krishna is telling, stop enjoying. Because if you keep on enjoying, then your enjoyment will keep on continue for life and life. It will not stop. That's why these qualities, see, actually, when I was going through these verses, and in fact, it was there in my mind from a long time, that there's nothing to discuss in these qualities. In fact, we should jot down one by one in a paper, and we should think that to what extent I have cultivated this in my life. Make it as like, okay, like poised in bad and auspicious and inauspicious activity. Give them like, full mark is 10. And then think that out of 10, how much I can give to myself. You see, there's no, and don't show to anybody. Show it to yourself, because you are the best teacher to yourself. So in that way, we will understand how much we are in depth. Because until we examine ourselves, there is no way to improvise. Because how good dress we wear, how beautifully we do tilak, that will not qualify us to become Krishna's favorite. That is just, those are the just protocols to be in the path of devotional service. That's it. Those are just the protocols. It doesn't mean if you are wearing a dhoti kurta, you are good, and a person who is wearing pant shirt, he is bad. That doesn't have any sense. And Krishna never thinks about all those dresses, because for him, this body itself is a dress. And we are talking about a dress on top of another dress. So that doesn't have any, thinking. That doesn't include in Krishna's list. So we have to think, we have to work, we have to cultivate, and on all these one by one activity. That's why I always say that if we want to excel in devotional life, that we have to cultivate one quality. But actually we don't want to, because this is a very a quality which is shown as it. If you want to take us back, what is that quality? if you want to excel in your devotional life, learn to be Gumnam, learn to be nobody, learn to be nothing. Don't go in front of camera, stand right behind so that no one sees you, no one thinks about you, no one asks you whether you came, whether you go, whether you are alive, whether you are dead. Be Gumnam. And then start cultivating these qualities in oneself. Because once you are in focus, believe me, how good and how many years of devotion service you have done, that doesn't mean anything. Because a very senior devotee was telling a few days back, I was having a conversation with him. So he said, Prabhuji, I'm so frustrated. I'm so frustrated because he's getting a few things done. And in that, on the process of that, there are so many obstacles. So when he was telling me, Prabhuji, Bhakti, sab gaya, sab, matlab, chaupat ho gaya. This will happen with us as well. Don't think that, okay, my hairs are white. I have spent 50 years in ISKCON that I will get back to Godhead. No. Coming into ISKCON doesn't give you a license, doesn't give you a green card of Golok Vrindavan. Don't be in that misbelief. Until and unless there is true devotion in our heart, no one can help us. That's why I'm saying on today's 129th Vyas Puja of Srila Prabhupada has given us that stage free. Right? Did anybody of us did something for which, in return to which we can claim that, okay, Prabhupada should have given us this thing? No. We don't have any relation with Srila Prabhupada, right? But even then, he gave us what we cannot even think of. So we should make this arrangement, make the maximum of this arrangement that Srila Prabhupada has given us in our life. Yesterday on Saturday, right? Yeah. Saturday, I had a class in English. I was telling that just believe if ISKCON was not there, and today is Janmashtami, where would you have thought of going? How many temples are there in your locality, wherever you stay, where you can think, okay, I can go, I can serve, I can sweep, I can wash vessels, I can do some deity worship, I can do some deity services, and what not. Just think, if Srila Prabhupada would not have been, if ISKCON would not have been, then, I hear from so many people saying that, Prabhuji, I was in devotional life from childhood. That's fine. That's good. No worries. But is the same life that you were having, is the same life that you are having now in ISKCON? Believe me, I myself, before coming to here, I have gone to many organizations, many. And everywhere I saw, everyone is good. It's nothing like, too much of negativity, something like that. But no one I see was very serious about Bhagavad-gītā. And I don't know, this was, I think maybe God has given me a default setting that I liked Bhagavad-gītā. And the only reason why I quit from those places, just because there was no Bhagavad-gītā there. So Srila Prabhupada has, and like me, there would be many people. Prabhu, am I audible?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes,
Yes,
Prabhu.
yes.
Yes, you are audible.
So like me, there would be many other people who would be in search of many other things which you would have got in ISKCON. So that's why it's so important that we should not think about our name and fame. We should think only about Srila Prabhupada. That's why it's very important, it's very serious that when you go out, the way you behave, even with the way you even drive your bike or car, the way you talk to people, the way you utter statements in outside world, it is so important that we should take care of all these things so that Srila Prabhupada's name doesn't go down. And now, see, now I cannot tell lies also, because everything is open in internet. So if you see outside, so many things are going on. So that's the misfortune in life, that even after having so elevated place, so elevated position in our life, we are just, just moving in and around like that hogs, nothing else. Just in search of name and fame. And believe me, no name, no fame can help us. Everyone, you just try to remember the best person whom you think that the person who had a most name and fame, that person also, in due course of time, the whole world will forget him. Maybe you remember him once in a year, Gandhi Jayanti, this Jayanti, that Jayanti, this day, that day, you might remember. But that is just in documents, in pen and paper, but not in our hearts. That's why give your heart out to the services to your Guru and Gaurang, and that is all that will stay with us, except everything apart from that will get ruined, will get destroyed with time. Okay? With this I conclude. Vansha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhu evacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Ananta Koti Vaishnavinda ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Any Prabhuji or Mataji would like to ask or tell anything, add anything? Okay, if we don't have anything, then we are good to conclude. Thank you for everything, devotees.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Dandavat Pranam. Thank you very much, Prabhu.
Hare
Thank you, Paramdham Prabhu.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna,
Thank you,
Prabhuji.
everybody.
Dandavat pranam.
Dana Pranam.
Dandavat
Thank you,
pranam to
Maharaj.
everybody assembled. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Dandavat pranam.